Good afternoon. My name is Elegbede Tunde. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Lagos, Department of Employment Relations and Human Resource Management. Today, I'll be talking to you on the concept of multiple job holding. Multiple job holding is also known as moonlighting because the activities is normally taking place during the normal closing hour. Under normal circumstances, an employee is expected to work for 8 hours a day. Any other economic activities or commercial activities engaging by such an employee is known as moonlighting. And in that process, it implies that you hold two or more jobs at a time. This is quite different from a shift work. It is when you are having two formal employment at the same time. The second employment could be in formal sector or it could be in the informal sector. But however, the conceptualization of multiple job holding as a moonlighting occur or was perceived as a result of the fact that it is a secondary job that is performed after the normal working hours. Now, what is multiple job holding or moonlighting? Moonlighting or multiple job holding is simply defined as an act by an employee to have two or more jobs at a time, to work on two or more jobs at a time. That is, you work 8 hours in your primary place of assignment, where you are fully engaged, like the employment that you are actively know. Then you work after the closing hour, you engage in another economic activities. So in essence, what we are saying is that we are determining the total number of hours you supply per day. In that regard, if you work 8 hours in your primary place of assignments and you're able to secure a secondary employment and you work another 4 or 5 hours, so definitely the total number of hours you supply per day has exceeded the normal 8 hours of work. So, and of course, uh, the concept explained that the primary job is the job that the workers are actually being engaged officially, that you resume at 8 a.m. and you close by 3:30 or 4 p.m. Any other economic activities you engage in, any hours of what you supply after that is secondary job, and that is multiple job holding. So two things are involved here. You have primary job and you have the secondary job. And the primary job is the original place of work, while the secondary job is the moonlighting job. Basically, there are two forms of moonlighting: legal and illegal moonlighting. By legal moonlighting, it indicates that is a moonlighting job that is officially recognized, that has not go against the law or the labor law of employment of your society. Now, what do we mean by that? We said that a second job is held in the formal sector with the knowledge of and the encouragement of the employer. Now, for instance, a university lecturer that take up adjunct lecturer elsewhere, it is done with the permission and encouragement of the primary employer, because the adjunct job will never uh, affect the hours of work in the primary place of assignment, and it will not go against his or her action of performing a responsibility in the primary place of assignment. Another example are the law lecturer in the faculty of law, where university allow them to run their own chamber and also appear in court, because it also increase the level of their teaching experience that they are going to bring to the classroom to enhance the knowledge they are going to impart on the student. Also, lecturers that engage in consultancy are also example of legal moonlighting that is socially accepted, morally accepted, and legally accepted. And of course, the employer normally encouraged because it also promotes the image of the employer. Other form of legal moonlighting that is allowed is when employer in the private sector also allow their worker to go into voluntary teaching in the university in order to blend practical knowledge with the theoretical knowledge in the classroom. Such experts from the industry are usually given fellowship in the university, so the employer knows about it because it also promotes the image of the organization and it has not affected the assignment in the primary place of assignment because the working hours are not usually colliding. And of course, it is performed in the informal sector, and of course it is taxable. So that is also another important factor about legal moonlighting, is that it is taxable. It is subjected to taxation in the society. It does not evade tax because it is performed in the formal sector. So that is also make it to be more legal and also give a lot of legal recognition to it. And also, the hours of work are not always in conflict with the hours of work in the primary job. It is done with the permission of the employer. Like I said earlier, the employer normally encourages it because it adds value to the organization, it adds value to the society, and it's a kind of organizational contribution to the development of the society.